The wonderful Dr. Quinn in the house, way of Zoom. And we're talking post-concussion syndrome. You get a concussion, we know it's serious. What are some of the things we're going to feel if you get a concussion or you have a son or daughter that gets a concussion during sports?
Right. What I want to do is I want to articulate something I remember like it was just yesterday, but this was maybe 100 years ago. I remember I played football and I was on defense and the other team caught the ball and I ran down the field as fast as I could and I hit the opposing player with the ball, but my helmet hit his helmet. And I remember laying on the field and everybody's like, "Are you okay, Tim?" And I could just hear, "Are you okay?" And the whole stadium was just going in circles. And I told the coach, "I'm good, coach. Leave me in the game, baby." I ran back out there, but the other team fumbled the ball and they sent us to the sideline. And immediately, when I got on the bench, I just fell over. Had I stayed in the game and took a second hit while I was under that concussion where my head was spinning around and I was feeling dizzy, I could have seriously been injured and I could have lost my life. So the message is to all the parents, all the coaches, if a student is hurt, get them out of the game. Do not leave them in the game because it's very dangerous. That student can lose their life.
What are some of the long-term effects of concussion? Because I think we all know the things that you can get. You talk about the blurriness or the slow thinking, but what are the long-term effects?
Right. There have been a lot of studies where people that have suffered a concussion for months or even years, they can have delayed learning, they can have seizures, they can have scenarios where they had depression or anxiety problems making it through college. And it's so serious that we take this seriously. Post-concussion syndrome is to send the patient to a neurologist and let them be evaluated and monitored over time. And don't let them stay in the game. Don't even let them come back. Maybe stay out of the game for the rest of the season until they're cleared by a board-certified neurologist for safety, because we have to look at the long-term effects, because that person can suffer severe long-term effects to include brain damage that doesn't even get any better, and that person's life could be severely compromised.
Yeah, and sports aren't going away. Football seems to be the big one with concussions. It's not going away. So how do you prevent them? I mean, is there a way, or is it just it's going to happen and we just need to figure out the ways to treat them?
Understand that there are a lot of new protocols in place. The way students tackle is now being coached where there's less of a chance that the helmet will hit the other helmet. But if they do that, then there's a penalty to the team of the player that hits his helmet on the other person's helmet. Basically, these precautions are put into place by the NFL, even down to the high school athletes, to protect them. Also note that it's very important for the coach and the training staff to be trained to watch the players. And if they exhibit any signs or symptoms that they're hurt, the most important thing to remember is get them out of the game, because if they stay in the game and take a second hit while they're still under the influence of the first hit, then they can have that severe brain injury.
Yeah, you know, CPR training is something that is mandatory for coaches worldwide. At some point, I wonder if concussion protocol is going to be something that is mandatory to football coaches at some point. Dr. Quinn, thank you so much for joining us.